You watching Noble Farms.
Hey you, why are you not subscribed?
Please smash that subscribe button.
Welcome back again, everybody. We're backing out again talking about feeders. We're here with the pigs. As you can tell, the pigs here running around, scurfing up some ground here. And we're talking about feeders. So the pig feeders, we've got a couple different styles here. Some we like, some we don't like. So we'll start out here with the water system. You guys in the previous videos have seen us make this skid, and so you can actually now see how it is being used. The water system, pretty straightforward. Just a tote outside. It's no pressure. It's no pump on it. It's just gravity flow right down into the nipples for the pigs. So all the nipples are working. They'll just suck on that. They learn pretty quick about these nipples. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. What we did was just some big heavy steel, because wanted to make it heavy because them pigs are pretty rootless and pretty rough, and so they give equipment a run for his money. So, and just a 2-inch cam lock with 2-inch hose supplied off to on one of those little IBC tanks. So that's the watering system. That works great. We love it. Zero issues with this throughout the year so far. All we have to do is just fill the tank up. And this tank, it was 8 pigs there. This tank, we've had some really hot weather too as well. We've had pretty high temperatures here this summer, been very, very dry. And this tank here will feed them for 2 weeks. No problem at all. 2 weeks of water for 8 pigs there. That's actually been 2 weeks now, and you can see the water line in the tote. So plenty of water for 2 weeks, which works great for us for our work schedule. On the other side of the skid here, we got those cement pig feeders. These are good in one way, bad in the other. Let's put it that way. They're great because they're so tough. It's cement. The pigs don't do anything with them. They're really tough. They hold up. If this feeder was indoors, this would be a great feeder, because what happens, we find here, is it gets wet. If you get rain, water trickles down here and goes inside of, you can see this one here actually. They have those little sticks in here for opening it up, loosening it up. But as you can tell, down inside, it's stuck to the walls where it's got wet. So that's the downfall of having this type of system outdoors. It gets water in there, then the grain gets stuck in the tube, which feeds down into the bottom. And the rod you've seen down the bottom is, they just hit it with their nose and knock the grain down. So it is a great feeder, but for outdoors, it's a no-no. So we're going to have to come up with something a little different system than this. We'll probably end up taking these off and putting our own type system on here, so to keep it out of the weather and out of the elements. So, but yeah, for indoors, it would have been a great feeder. Outdoors, not so much. But again, it's trial and error. Stuff that we don't know much about, but willing to step outside our comfort zones and try some stuff and try to make it work. So that feeder, like I said, is a great feeder. It's tough, but for us, we won't be using it next year, or not. It won't look like this. We'll definitely have to come up with something else. So next year we'll probably end up seeing something a little different set up for these. Over here on the other hand, we have another feeder, because we have to put out quite a bit of feed here, because to keep those keep those pigs fed. And like I said, we don't want to be out here every day feeding. And this old feeder, these are 2 pig hog feeders, and we just put them together on a skid, throw a bit of tin on top to keep the rain off them. And as you can tell, these feeders are good. They don't get wet. You get lots of feed out of there, and the pigs love eating out of these. And they get all straight grain, besides a few scraps that we give them from the table and stuff like that. But other than that, and from the vegetable garden, other than that, it's pretty much straight grain. Like I said, this worked very, very well for us. Pretty simple system. 2 hog feeders put together, bolted together, and put on a little tiny frame, and just something to be able to house it out of the weather. And this works very easy. Very low cost. Don't cost very much to do this stuff. And it doesn't have to cost a lot. You ain't got to spend tons of money to make things work. You can do this on very low budgets and stuff. So for us, that was a win-win. And also, we tried going to try another style of feeder. We had a couple of water tanks here kicking around, and we decided just to make a couple of feeders out of this. So this one here is just a water tank that we cut holes in the side, and we did pretty much the same system as we did with the chickens, as you've seen in the other video, with the slant walls on the inside going down to a V, and that, so it only allows so much out, as you can tell, just a little opening on the bottom, so that they really got to get in there and pull at it in order to get it out. And then the big section outside here stops the grain from just flowing out on the ground and then pulling it out with their noses. So hopefully this one here, we haven't put any grain into it yet. This is one we just installed because pigs are getting bigger, they're eating more feed, we need more feeders. So this is another one we just came up with on the top of our head. Give it a try, just using some of the stuff that we have kicking around the farm here. So if you buy an old farm, there's always lots of old stuff, scrap piles and stuff around, so that you can pick through and get some old stuff that you can reuse and put back working for you. So we'll get this filled up with grain and see how this works out. So very simple to make, doesn't take much money, a few screws and a little bit of plywood, and you're golden. So a lot of this stuff, you can go ahead and buy all your big expensive feeders, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but for us, we just like to keep it as simple and so cheap as possible, and as long as it works. Sometimes we make stuff that don't work, but we'll give this a try and see how it goes for us. So that's pretty much a little quick rundown of the feeders here for the pigs and the watering system. These pigs have been doing great here. As you can tell, this feeder, they like it. They're into it here now, feeding. And that's pretty much it. There's very little wastage here on the ground. You can still see some, but that's just what's dripping off their noses and that, and their face when they take their head out of the bucket, as you can see. Just like that. So all in all, yeah, that works very, very well for us. So that's just some of the feeders we have here on the farm that we like, and it saves us a lot of time. So that's a wrap on those feeders for the pigs. So we'll go check out some more feeders. Come along.